Today, I talked to Alpesh about his CBSO journey and what it's like being back in Symphony Hall ahead of this week's digital concert. Hi Alpesh.
Hi.
Welcome back. So could you tell our audience at home, you've had an incredible journey right from a little tot, haven't you, with the CBSO? Could you just tell everybody about that?
Well, it's just owed to the city really and the orchestra, you know, because it's so strong growing up as a kid in this country for music, or for the opportunities that we were given for free with orchestras and with teachers and extra time for lessons and that kind of thing. It was so well supported when I was growing up, so it meant that I could work my way through the system without having finances be an issue or have to think about those kind of things. And always playing with friends, playing with colleagues, getting to know new people while doing what you love and playing. I used to play the cello, which ended with me studying with Eduardo Vassallo, of course, the principal cello here. So yeah, it's much less scary conducting Eduardo than it was learning, I think.
Really?
And practicing every week. I don't miss that.
Did he tell you off?
Well, sometimes, but I didn't really practice very well, so
Oh, okay,
it's
fair
probably
enough.
within his, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So then you went through the youth orchestra, didn't you? The CBSO Youth
Yep.
Orchestra.
So it was the youth orchestra that actually offered me a conducting masterclass with Mike Seal way back when. They were just sort of trying out a new idea with the members of the Youth Orchestra Academy if they wanted to try conducting for a bit. And it was in those couple of years, it was myself and Ben Jernan as well and Jamie Phillips. So there was quite a strong line of us who were obviously inspired by Birmingham and the conductors in Birmingham and the music making of this great orchestra in this great hall that we're in now.
So the last time we saw you was at the Birmingham Opera Company, the Lady Macbeth.
Yes, like 18 months ago.
Yeah, so that's a long time ago now. And since then, you've now become the musical director of Birmingham Opera Company.
I mean, it's so exciting. They always, of course, it's always a strong combination of the forces of the Opera Company and the CBSO. So I've always known the company really well because I watched the orchestra, and then when I was assistant conductor of the CBSO, I got to watch the productions as well as part of that. So it was really nice to be asked to be part of this. Aside from the musical things and the musical benefits, just to be a part of something so crucial for any city right now. And it's the ethos of the Birmingham Opera Company is to give opera, give classical music, give any sort of music to the masses out there. And it's the amount that it inspires people from the community who want to be a part of opera. Where else would you hear that? People just who are teachers or who are not having the best of lives, and people from all sorts of backgrounds wanting to be in an opera. Isn't that exciting in what we
incredible. Do? What else have you been up to since we last saw you?
Lots of exciting things. I mean, I was of course so heavily here with the assistantship and seeing everything here, and then when I left, or when I finished here, it gave me such a springboard from the orchestra here to go to other places with the confidence of knowing what a great orchestra is and how a great orchestra works, and how to achieve things that you want, what things annoy people, what things maybe don't annoy people, what things work, what things don't work. So that's been really interesting to sort of take that all around the world wherever I go, and to build on what I know or what I learnt from my time at the CBSO. At the same time, when I come back to the orchestra here, it just feels like home. When we started today, we started by playing through the overture in this program, and as soon as we finished, I just said, before we do anything, it's just so nice to be back in here, because even though we did the opera sort of a year and a half ago, the last time I was in here was much longer than that, so I think 2 or 3 years. So it's just so exciting. I mean, it's exciting to be making music and to be able to do what we do right now. But when you're faced with this kind of a hall, I mean, it's just incredible.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably going to hate this question.
Oh.
But do you have a favourite composer to conduct or a favourite piece? I know it's really tricky.
No, it's tricky, and it's something that changes. So when I started out, Tchaikovsky, I loved the music of Tchaikovsky and the angst and the turmoil and the tension in Tchaikovsky's music. That then led me into the world of Puccini, which I then thought was just this operatic, romantic landscape, which is just unlike anything else. You just submerge, and you know, there could be a character singing about the most banal of things, but it will sound like the end of the world. And it's that over-dramatizing, but the musical language is just so incredible, so beautiful, so lush. And then recently, I mean, you're a string player, so you won't like it, but Bruckner. There's something about
Bruckner.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
You must be the first string player. Yeah, I mean, I mean, to preface that as well, it's a composer. It's the only composer where when I walk back on stage afterwards, I get the strings up first. Because they're playing non-stop, and it's all hard stuff.
It's really hard.
And there's no other composer that I get the strings up first for other than Bruckner. It's a lot of work for the conductor. I mean, I think the comparison's always made with Mahler, and these big scale compositions. But with Mahler, everything's in the score. Of course, you must have a vision, but everything is there. He's so detailed in what he does. Whereas with Bruckner, there's so much more freedom. But I mean, I'm sure you've sat there with conductors in Bruckner thinking, when is this going to end? And it's, I love...
Not you, obviously.
I love Bruckner, but that's one of the things I love about it, that there's so much work to be done. There's so much of a vision that you've got to craft, the structure. And if it doesn't work, and if the orchestra's bored, it's only the conductor's fault, and that's also exciting.
Finally, do you miss playing the cello?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a piano at home now, which is great for studying and great for finding things, especially in opera when you're trying to figure out how singers should pitch something, where they'll find it from, and bringing a score that's so big down to here to feel it in your hands and to feel how it is to make a sound and how you want that phrase to go. Something about that. But the cello, I mean, I just love the cello, and my heart will always be there. But there's no time, and you have to focus on other things. I do have to say that when I sold my cello to someone else in the Eduardo family of students, when I signed it off to him, I did write on it that if you do sell it in the future, just come back to me first, because I may well be in a point in my life or a time where I want to get it back and want to play it again.
So nice to talk to you, Alpesh.
No, thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you, and the audience will see you again before too long.
Yes, I hope so.